Chocolates and Chocolates and in between, Roberto here for another video review. It's one I'm very excited for. It's the Jammie Dodgers Go Ba-na-nas, I think. Oh dear, yes, well, banana flavoured basically. No nasty stuff, top banana. There we go. Yes, and obviously Minions inspired. There we go, the film. I guess they've got a new film coming out soon, or they've got many films out, haven't they? So why not? Why not? Yeah, so I'd like to dedicate this one to Bobby Beddo. Hello to Bobby, hope you're doing okay. Thanks so much for your support. Your dad tells me you're a big fan of the channel, so thank you so much. Really great that you enjoy the channel so much, and your support's massively appreciated, so thank you. And I hope you're having a great day, and enjoy this review. I'm very excited for it, so I think I will be doing, that's for sure. Looks very interesting, doesn't it? They've done a couple of sort of new flavours recently. Well, quite a few new flavours actually in the Jammie Dodger range. There's been cola bottle flavour, there's been blueberry, which is literally blueberry, not blueberry. What else have they done? I think they've done various ones on unicorn flavour relatively recently. They've done a strawberry flavoured one, done all sorts. I do actually have the blue one here to hand. You can see actually I've done a new competition where there's look like they've copied the Cadbury's cream egg competition they did. And if you find a fully blue one, you get £1,000 or up to £1,000. So there's an asterisk there, so who knows what it says. But now, with this in mind though, I mean, you can see Minions here, they clearly have blue dungarees on or whatever, don't they? They're blue and yellow, I would say. I know the whole body's yellow, but I feel like they could have done a better job of a Minions Jammie Dodger if they'd combined these two colours, like they did with, I think the rhubarb and custard one, where they had a multicoloured Jammie Dodger. If they did it with this one, where it was blue and yellow, I think that would surely be the way to do a Minions product. And I think Millions as well did that sort of nerd style, sugary, chewy, crunchy, whatever it is. A sweetie snack thing it comes in a pot anyway. And they did like loads of little sweets like this big, and they did a big jar of them that were all yellow. But I thought, why don't you have a divider and make them yellow and blue? Have two, like nerds do, when you have a divider and have two flavours. That Millions one should have been two flavours really, because it was Minion inspired, not just yellow. So seem to be doing that, I don't know. So I feel like it's a missed opportunity. It's obviously cheaper to do it just yellow, but Minions are blue and yellow. I'm not the biggest Minion fan in the world, but I'm quite sure they all pretty much are blue and yellow. I know the body's just yellow, but blue and yellow. You've got blue Jammie Dodgers here. Even if you've got these ones as well, just do it duo anyway. Just make it a duo one. It'll still sell the same, I'm sure. So a bit of a missed opportunity, I would say there, but there we go. But yeah, thanks to Andrew Winter for putting me onto these, by the way. Yes, very. Where did I get them from? I got them from. I think it was from B&M. I think I got them from. So yeah. I think it was B&M anyway. Yeah, I'm sure it was. So there we go. Yeah, so these ones are Tesco, by the way. I've reviewed these as well. If I remember to put it up, I'll put a link in the top right hand corner for the review of those ones. So my general problem with Jammie Dodgers is that it tends to be too much biscuit to filling, essentially. There was a biscuit recently that really solved that problem. I can't think which one it was now. Which one was it? It was the Nutella biscuits actually, and the McVitie's Blissfuls, I think they were called. Yeah, those are the ones that really sorted that problem. They just had I still had a topper to the biscuit, but it was very small in relation to the rest of it. And of course, those biscuits are probably a little more calorific. You could really taste the centre, the filling from those, and they really just did it perfectly. And of course, Jammie Dodgers are iconic biscuit. They'll never be able to change the shape of these, but I don't know, or the quantity of biscuit I would have said, but for me, that's always been a problem. So we'll see if this banana flavour manages to get around that. We'll see. You never know. So, other than being Minions inspired, what else have we got going on? No nasty stuff, top banana as I mentioned. There you go, we've got the appearance of it there. It actually does have a Minion on the front. It looks, relatively good representation of the Minion, I guess. You probably have to know it's a Minion to know that that's a Minion on the biscuit, but we'll talk about that later when we get into it. 8 biscuits as well in the pack. Okay, what's on the back? Anything else of interest? Burton's biscuits. To keep these ripe for the picking, store in a cool, dry place away from strong light. And possibly something else. Down. Once opened, store in an airtight container. But what about artificial colours? None. Artificial flavours? Nope. Artificial sweeteners? Nah. Super vegans? Yeah. Exact biscuit assortment may vary. I'm not sure what that actually means. I feel that means it might not be 8. I'm not sure. Unless you get some random other flavours in. I don't know. But that'd be quite good. The greatest hits of flavours, or a sort of variety pack of these. That'd be pretty good. Should do that really. They've got enough for at least 2 flavours in each pack. So Burton's biscuits, we're bursting with excitement here for your comments, questions or suggestions, so get in touch. Illumination, I think that's the people who make the film, I guess. I don't know. From Illumination. Studio that brought you Despicable Me, The Secret Life of Pets, Sting and Minions. And Universal Illumination, part of Universal. Okay. Alright, so we've got calorie info here. Let's see what we got. So I've got the description here. Shortcake biscuits with banana flavoured apple jam. So there's always apple jam in in Jammie Dodgers, so you know, but it's banana flavoured, so it's still the same. You just flavour it basically. So you do have a palm oil there. It's sustainable, but I would always look into what sustainable means, because it doesn't always necessarily mean good for the environment. It might mean better for the environment, but it doesn't necessarily mean good for the environment. So I would always check that out. So what have we got? So we've got banana flavoured apple jam, 27%. Anything else of interest? I can't see anything. Obviously lots of things there, so take a look. Right, well, we've got per 100 grams, 452 calories, 14 grams of fat, 5.8 of which are saturates. So usually chocolate products between 500 and 550 calories, so you know, but this is a biscuit product of course, but it's a lot less, per 100 grams. Per serving, 78 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 1.1 of which are saturates. So I'm interested to see if it's any different than these ones, because if they've just flavoured it differently. Yeah, it's almost exactly the same, 78 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, but 1.2 of which are saturates in the blueberry one. So interesting that. Yeah, so there's a slight difference there. I think everything else is exactly the same. Now, it could be they're just measuring it different, but having said that, the kilojoules at the top are slightly different. 329 kilojoules per biscuit whereas 327 in the banana one. So there's obviously a slight difference there. Of course, we could go through the ingredients. I'll show them both up there now, so you can feel free to pause it and have a look for the difference if you fancy. Obviously, I'm sure the flavouring will be a difference. Okay. Alright, well, these look very interesting to say. I don't know if there's much more to say on it though. Super vegans, it did say. Barcode there. Vegetarians as well, of course. By default, I'd say. 140 grams for the whole pack. There we go. Allergy advice. Beans in bold. Wheat sulfites. And the wheat again. Alright, well, I think we need to get into these and give them an open. So let's do it. Let's give them an open. Okay, then I'm going to give these a Jammie Dodgers Go Ba-na-nas. I thought it was like Go Bananas or something like that, but it's really just Go Bananas, isn't it? You've just put dashes in for some reason, so I don't know. I don't know why they've done that, but there you go, they have. So I guess it's that's interesting. Interesting. That reminds me of that Banana Cat. I don't know if you've ever seen that crazy kids TV program from Japan where there's a cat inside a banana. Or a load of cats inside bananas. Check it out, Banana. It's a banana, but there's a Y in between the last N and the A at the end. So it's interesting. Let's put it that way. All right, let's give these an open now. So at time recording, I've done about over 920 reviews over tonight, including many Jammie Dodger ones. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. And in the top right hand corner, I've got links to places of all my other reviews, as well as some other related ones, such as those Jammie Dodger ones. So after you watch this one, go watch those and hopefully enjoy those too. Right, well there we go. So, well they look they look sort of apple-y really, I think you'd say, that sensor. Doesn't shout banana to me, it shouts apple really, but we can see the lovely minion design. I think it's not, you know, there are a few different designs, but it doesn't, I don't know, I don't feel like I would know it was a minion necessarily because of the heart-shaped sensor and the fact it says JD on it as well. But nonetheless, you know, I do know it is, so it looks good, it looks okay. And there's different designs, as I say, there's these two designs. I think there might just be two, at least in this one. Yeah, it seems to be. But that's enough. Yeah, look quite nice. Did it smell of banana? Not really. I mean, I don't know. No, they don't really smell of banana at all, really. I don't think even. I didn't get any smell when I opened the pack. And I mean, maybe slightly. When you hold them all together like this, I can get something that might be recognisable as banana for sort of smell, sense, but I don't know. I think I'd really have to. I'm really looking for the banana smell. You know what I mean? I'm getting more just a biscuit smell, really. All right. Okay. All right. Well, let's have a look at one of them then. I just would like to say I did mention the grease in the pack. I think when I did the blueberry one, saying I didn't remember seeing that before, but this one does. I don't know if you can make it out. There are a bit difficult to see, I think, on the camera, but you can possibly see here like these little circles of grease. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so it does seem to be something. You can see it on the outside for sure. And you can see all these little patches. So yeah, interesting. Okay, definitely not neater than the blueberry ones that I had, where they were just, you know, really. I think you'd overfilled them with jam basically. So let's give this a bit of a measure then. Got the old calipers. I mean, basically, Jammie Dodgers are all the same size. I don't think they could ever make any smaller. You know, they'd have to make them all smaller, but you know. Okay, let's And it's a bit frilled at the side, but 5.6 basically. Let's just try again. 5.4. So it can depend. I'm not doing it perfectly. About 5.6 I think is right. I think the 5.4 was a bit too low down. Yeah, about 5.6. And the height, about 1.3. Yeah, okay. So it's plain at the bottom. Now, interestingly, it's quite plain at the bottom, but when you take the top off the Jammie Dodger, the bottom layer actually has quite a lot of design to it, but strange, you'll never really see it. You know, you see this bottom one with no real design. But inside the Jammie Dodger has, like, you know, hearts around the edge of the bottom layer, a circle in the middle where the centre goes, where the filling goes. So quite interesting. All right, so let's have a see if we could. You know, they're very difficult to break off these, to be honest with you. I normally try to sort of screw them off, but it doesn't seem to work too well. So I'm not sure. I'll just try snapping a bit off. You can see kind of where it goes up to the edge, and even that's not worked very well. Oh dear. All right, maybe the screw shape was the way to go. Just try taking the top off it. So you can see here. There you go. Because it doesn't go right to the edge. So get a good. And you can see that heart shape there. So there's heart shape designs that you otherwise wouldn't see. Yeah, so it's, you know, interesting that. But yeah, it's basically if you did take the whole thing off, I tried taking the whole thing off. Why not? Might take a bit of unscrewing. Okay, it doesn't come off easy. Let's put it that way. All right, but you can see there the bits that aren't coming off is where the filling is, and you can kind of just see the start to that circle. You can see it there underneath the hearts where the filling is. You can see even then that the splodge doesn't really go all the way to the edge with the filling. So that's my problem with Jammie Dodgers. They just don't have enough filling. You can see there's loads of edge here, and then even where the filling sort of crater or whatever you'd say indentation is crater indentation, I think it's a better word. It hasn't gone right to the edge in this case, and I don't think generally does. So it's a bit disappointing. And there's so much biscuit to filling with Jammie Dodgers. That is my problem with them. You know, as I could peel away these bits here. I mean, unless they've gone wrong, there's not going to be any filling into this outer edge where the design is. I do like the fact that they do have that design. I think it's nice that they've put that there, and you'd probably never see it. I don't know why they do that really. It's interesting, but there you go. But yeah, that is my problem. You can see it does go to the edge. You can sort of make out it has gone to the edge. And this bit here, take away a bit more. You can just about see it peeking through, can't you, the filling? But it hasn't gone to the edge up the top there. So, you know, yeah. I'm just not really getting much of a... Again, and maybe a slight banana swell, but it's very slight. It really is. But anyway, now we've gone into them, you got the gist of just the fact that the problem with the Jammie Dodgers is to just lack of filling to biscuit. And the biscuit's quite a strong biscuit as well. So, you know, it's not a shortbread biscuit. Was it shortbread or shortcake? I always forget what they... Shortcake biscuits, it says, yeah. So I think I don't know if they're... Not sure. There might be a difference between shortbread and shortcake, I'm not sure. But either way, shortcake it says. So there we go, we'll go with that. Yeah, so, you know, that's the problem with this biscuit. It's too powerful a biscuit for the centre, really. But it's a good cue, so let's find out if it is in this case. So let's give it a taste. Let's do it. Okay, well, I'm going to give these Jammie Dodgers Go Bananas or Go Ba-na-nas. Or, well, it's Go Bananas. You know, I thought it was something... I thought it had extra NAs in it, but it doesn't. Looks like it should, doesn't it? But yeah, it's just Go Bananas, basically, but they put dashes in there. Maybe that's a Minions reference I don't get. I don't know. But there we go. All right, so we're going to give those a taste. Got a few... got one we did sort of mess about with earlier, but we'll taste a full one. Why not? So you can see here again. Got a nice Minion design. There's a couple of designs, at least in this pack. That's one of them. Everyone's got that's a bit of a smiley face. This one's got an O face. Different hairstyle as well. Don't think there's any more. At least not in my pack anyway. Okay, we've got one that's whole and untouched. So let's give it a taste. See what it's like. So let's do it. Let's give it a taste. A bit crumbly. It's as I feared, really. There's very little flavour here, you know. I mean, it's not really what I would. It's barely noticeably banana flavour, to be honest with you. It really is. I mean, I don't know. There's not much flavour anyway, as we've mentioned in all the preamble. You can see that just about make out that the flavour doesn't go to the edge at all in this. There's hardly any. It's quite a thin layer of filling. It's only in the sort of heart shape that there's actually a bit of a thickness to it. But there's just But even then, you know, even to the flavour, there's just no real banana flavour there. I mean, it's, you know, it's perhaps more banana than it is, I don't know, chocolate flavoured or something like that. But you know, for certain, you know what I mean. But I don't know, it's certainly not really much banana flavour there. So nibble the rest of it. Mm. Mm. I mean, it doesn't taste like the regular Jammie Dodgers, so you know, I guess there is a sort of different flavour there. But I mean, I guess if I had to guess a fruit flavour that it was, I probably would say banana. I think, but there's just I don't know, but it's very weak, you know, and I think that's doing it. That's too many favours really. It's a very weak flavour. There's a lot of biscuit. I mean, if you really like shortcake biscuit, I think that's the gist of Jammie Dodgers. You've got to really like shortcake biscuit to get the most out of these, because if you don't, the flavours are just too weak. There's only, I say, there's only the Choco Dodgers I felt really worked, just generally with the ratios to the flavour and the strength of the flavour, things like that. I think that was a really nice biscuit. But the other ones, for me, they just, I don't know, they're just too weak a flavour. There's just too much biscuit, not enough jam centre, and it's just not flavoured strongly enough. Now they are classic Jammie Dodgers, of course, but I would say definitely the Fox's equivalent of Jammie Dodgers are the way to go if you like regular Jammie Dodgers. They have a bit of a cream filling as well, but they're just a really well proportioned biscuit, and I do prefer them a lot more than Jammie Dodgers really. But these ones, as I say, you've got the different flavours. They're interesting. They've got the Minions picture on them, so of course kids are going to love that, and it's interesting. It's nice to try them, and there's something a bit different. But yeah, I don't know. They're just a bit. Let's say flavourless is just a bit for me. Let's try dipping. I've got a. I don't think Jammie Dodgers are the best for dunking, but I've got a warm cup of coffee here, so let's give it a try. Let's give it a go. Hmm. You know, I did seem to bring out a bit more of the flavour there, actually. Strangely enough, which was very unexpected. So give another slight dunk. Mm. 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 You did taste a bit more banana, even though I'm dunking in coffee, which you'd think would, you know, affect the flavour to quite some extent. But I don't know. Surprisingly, tasted a lot better actually when dunked. Normally, it doesn't have that much of an effect on Jammie Dodgers, but I've noticed anyway. But yeah, not too bad. But obviously, you're probably not going to dunk a Jammie Dodger normally, especially children in coffee. You know, I don't think children are known for drinking coffee. Of course, they might do. Who knows? But you know what I mean. So yeah, it's the same story with these. Really, I mean, they're okay. It's just the fact that really the flavour's just lost in the biscuit. It's just too much biscuit to filling, basically. You could easily put more filling in, to be honest with you. They've got a lot of wasted space and design inside the Jammie Dodger itself. We spoke about that, you know, heart design around the edge and things. You know, they could just fill more to the edge than that little sort of centre in the middle. You can see the indent in the middle there, where the filling sort of goes to, or should go to. You can see just on the right, it's not filled in that centre circle there. You can see it doesn't go to the edge. So there's certainly more room for filling anyway, but they could even make that sort of centre filling area even bigger and add more filling. And I think they should really. I mean, obviously, you've got a classic design, of course. They probably think, well, we're not going to change it. People buy Jammie Dodgers already. Why should we change it? But in my opinion, it is a problem with the biscuit generally, I think. So, not bad. Interesting design. Looks good. I like the way they've put the effort in to make the minions on the actual picture, on the actual biscuit themselves. As I say, we've got the, you know, minion picture there, and there's a couple of minions. There might be more minions, but there's only 2 in my selection. There's 8 biscuits, so you would have thought the word was more than 2, would have got more than 2 in it, but you never know. So yeah, that's a missed one, of course. I don't think I have. But 2 designs, that is. But yeah, so yeah, I think for me it's a similar story to most Jammie Dodgers. I think this one though looks okay. It doesn't look particularly banana-y though. It does look apple-y really when you look at it as well. I think that's going to be difficult because of the fact that the biscuit colouring at the back will discolour it anyway. But yeah, I know banana when mashed up pulp does look a bit that colour, but normally banana's a bit more lighter, isn't it, than that? A bit more like this colour actually. Yeah. So yeah. Interesting. So I think for me, yeah, these ones I say, just it's the same as I've mentioned. You know, it's an interesting flavour. It's nice. I like the look of it. I like the designs of it. I like the fact they've done a banana. Bananas are really an interesting flavour for me. I really like it. I love it in chocolate, and I like the bananas themselves. I wish there was more banana flavour stuff going on. Seems to be a flavour that doesn't come out that much. Although having said that, recently I've been saying that more often than normal because there's been some banana stuffs of late. There's a big Cadbury Inventor Bar banana, sort of flavoured chocolate one or whatever it was. And of course this one now, and maybe something else that I can't quite put my finger on. But, you know, but even so, it still should be more. And I'm glad they are doing these things. But unfortunately, in this case, I feel like it's just not quite strong enough a flavour, really. And it might be brought out slightly more and dunked in a coffee, but I don't think most people are going to dunk a Jammie Dodger in coffee. But I would, you know, or a hot drink anyway. I think it's a hot list that brought it out, softened the biscuit a bit, you know. So, yeah. So for me, in summary, I think it's basically what I've said. There's just too much biscuit to filling, and the filling itself doesn't taste very much of banana either. But they look great, has a nice design on it. But ultimately, it's the taste that counts, really. And I think, you know, there just isn't that much. If you love Jammie Dodgers, then this is not going to change your mind. I think these are just going to be as nice as all the others to you. But for me, there's just, as I say, too much biscuit. So for that reason, yeah, I think I'm going to bump it up half a mark. I think normally it would be a 3 out of 5, but I think for the fact it's banana and it's a bit different, it does have a bit of a different taste, although very slight. And I do quite like the design of things, but I might be being a bit too generous to give it more than the 3 out of 5, but I'm going to do it. 3.5 out of 5. But only just, really is only just. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Thanks again Bobby for your support, massively appreciated, and thanks to everyone else as well. Really, really does help the channel out, to know you're watching, to know you're liking the videos, to know you're leaving comments, so thank you so much. Check out the description for the links to the YouTube member program and the Discord server, things like this. As I say, leave a comment free, always great to hear from you, and also have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. See ya.